evening, Vineland High School football fans, and welcome to Friday Night Lights on VPS. Our first Friday night football game of the 2025 season is about to get underway here as your Fighting Clan play host to the visiting ACIT Redhawks. Kyle Bennett, Marcelino Ojeda up here in the booth with you for tonight's game. Vineland will be kicking off. We'll give you a little preview once kickoff gets underway, but Marcelino, nothing better than Friday night at Gittone Stadium.
It's the best time of the year. Beautiful night. Heat was up today, starting to cool down a little bit as this kickoff goes to about the 20-yard line, 15. My bad. It's going to the right, just breaking a tackle. Figueroa breaking to the outside. And a very minimal game and a great start for the special teams of Vineland, who struggled mightily last weekend. But off to a great start here to get this game rolling.
Big improvement from what we saw last week to start the game on special teams, and that was a point of emphasis that I spoke with Coach Guzman earlier this week about, is getting every phase of this team on the right page, and we will see Coach Cliff Smith, Coach Ryan Shelton's defense out on the field, which was last week's bright spot, led by our player of the week, Aiden Barriento, on Guzman's Gridiron, which you can tune into every single week on the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel or wherever you get your podcasts. It is the Vineland High School Football Coaches Show with myself and Coach Guzman. Aiden's going to set the tone for this team, though. I talked to him pregame. He said, you're going to be calling my number all night long. And I said, hey, set that tone, set the vibe. We're going to see if number 6 brings that energy here on this first drive on defense as ACIT lines up in shotgun. First snap, hand it off. And a quality run and then some for the Red Hawk running back. And just like that, Aiden Barriento makes the first tackle of the game.
Yeah, if you're Vineland, you can't give up those early yards. I mean, Nasir Macon for ACIT, a specimen in the backfield, and it shows early. That's great blocking up front by the Redhawks. Vineland has to be able to set the tone in the trenches today, big time, and it's going to start here on defense.
Yeah, Macon, the junior. ACIT in their second season as a varsity program, first time visiting Gittone Stadium. As they get set for 1st and 10 from the 36, QB going to keep it, rolls out to the far side, and he's cut off a couple yards ahead of the line of scrimmage.
And not to blow the name out again, but Barriento taking 2 blockers to the outside. I mean, so close to blowing the play up. But now Vaughn has to be able to kind of crash down those safeties and corners on the outside, kind of reel that gain into keeping it no gain. It was a great play up front. Just keep setting that tone on the outside. Don't let them break towards the sidelines.
Second down here. I don't believe they gave them any gain on that run, so it's 2nd and 10 according to the official scoreboard right now. QB hands it off. Muff the return, and it's a fumble recovered by your Fighting Clan. First turnover of the season for the Vineland defense as they come up big to really set the tone and erasing and exercising a lot of the demons from week 0 against Delsey last week here at this very field. A big-time turnover, and Vineland's got the momentum going their way with the beautiful field position here that they craved so much last week and had for a lot of weeks last year, starting in and around this area on the field. Elijah Calderon takes his first snap of the game, hands it off to George Figueroa III, who bounces around the outside. He's got a first down and more. A great run from George Figueroa III. I'm going to catch my breath, Marcelino. What are some keys to the game here for this Fighting Clan offense going up against this ACIT defense?
I mean, Figueroa completely takes away what was coming. We spoke even pregame. You have to be able to set the tone on the ground early. Vineland last week was very pass-heavy, but in a tough situation, being down 28-0 in that first quarter, look for them to go downhill a little bit, get the ball off to Figueroa, who's great in open space. You can see his speed to the outside and even inside. That's going to be handed off to him again with very big breakdown on the inside, blocking for Vineland. It's going to be a loss of about 4, or 3. But again, it's about getting that run game going. Get Figueroa downhill, then open your pass game. Don't feel like you have to pass first and then try and create a run game. Once you set that tone, it opens up play action and get guys like Travis downfield like they did last week.
And that's one of the big strengths for ACIT here in year 2 for their varsity program. They are big and they are physical along that defensive line. it's going to be a fun matchup in the trenches tonight to see who can kind of overpower who or take advantage down the stretch of this game as it continues to roll on. And that's going to be our first flag as the hard count from Calderon.
Woo. I will tell you what, Vineland catches a big break there. The right tackle flinched, and I tell you, it was so minimal, just a little bit, but a lot more seen from the Redhawks, and that's going to bring them another 5 yards. And it's great for Vineland after losing a solid chunk of yards there to be second and about manageable to go.
Calderon takes the snap, hands it to Figueroa. He's got a little bit of space, but the play is blown up. Figueroa had all day to the outside, but tried to squeeze through that interior gap there for a minimal to near no gain there.
Yeah, Figueroa definitely missed one there. It was 2-on-2 on the outside. He was nothing but green grass to going to the numbers on the outside, but tried to cut up a little bit, saw the linebackers crashing down. They'll definitely get that opportunity down further into this game.
As Calderon ready, he's trying to pick up the first down here, takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He's scrambling backwards. He's got to get rid of it, throws, and it's out of bounds.
And you see, that's a situation where I want to see him step up in the pocket. You're fighting your tackle. In that situation, your tackle's taught to block upfield. He did get beat there, but I think Calderon had a great opportunity to be able to step up in the pocket, get underneath, and then break to the outside. By that point, you're on your back foot and going backwards. You just have to get rid of the ball, and that play's blown. I think it's going to take some time for Calderon to kind of build that pocket presence. Like we said last week, he's a younger quarterback, just 15 years old. He's going to develop that game sense and that pocket presence as he kind of develops, as Vineland sets up here. 4th and a healthy 7.
Calderon in shotgun trips to the top of the screen. Travis all alone at the bottom of your screen. Calderon rolls out to the top, throws, and finds a way to complete it. Threads the needle to a T. And Vineland picks up a much-needed first down. What a beautiful throw. And those are the types of throws that Coach Guzman and I talk about all the time, that Calderon is capable of when he gets the opportunity to do it. Threads the needle in double coverage there. And what a beautiful pass, a beautiful catch, no less. And Vineland's got a fresh set of downs here as they push further into ACIT's red zone.
Yeah, it's a great play by Ben Motter. Getting to that timing pattern, getting outside, had a linebacker in front of him, a safety behind him. Just kind of finds that gap, and a great pass, like you said, by Calderon.
Some equipment malfunctions here on George Figueroa III's helmet. It looked like Calderon was trying to call for a timeout.
Tough to waste one there. But nonetheless,
got to be ready when you run out on the field there.
Yeah, it's a tough timeout to kind of waste. So I mean, you got 8:20 and going, or 8:20 and counting in this first quarter.
That's also on the guys on the sideline too. You know, you're standing waiting for your opportunity. You know George is getting ready to go in. You got to alert him. Hey, your helmet's not buckled up correctly. It's got to be a total team effort.
But I'd like to see how Vineland's in the red zone now. They still got, it's not 1st and goal just yet. 1st and 10, the first down being about the 2-yard line. I want to see how Vineland's able to just run the ball here. I almost don't even want to see them step back or drop back here. I just want to see how they can enforce their will up front and try and get as much yardage as possible on this first down play.
So we see Brett Brosh, number 25, warming up that leg. He struggled a little bit last week on the field goal attempt. It got blocked. He's got to get some aerial height underneath his kicks. Hopefully he can get that if he gets the opportunity here with Vineland in the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 12. Calderon hands it off to Figueroa, running with a full head of steam, but ACIT is there to cool him down.
Yeah, that's Brahim Knight just flying in between the guard and tackle there. He virtually untouched, came from the opposite side of the play. And that's, you almost want to get beat from that spot because you want to see if Figueroa will get upfield or get blocking upfield, but great play to come from behind.
Brahim Knight, that is an electric addition to the 2025 all-name team here in the early go of the season. So we tick under 8 minutes to go. Calderon takes the snap, and a flag flies in, and it looks like it's going to be against Vineland the way ACIT reacted there.
It looks like the linebackers are just trying to get to the center. It's almost like he's trying to call the cadence almost. And hate to be that guy. I've had that struggle my freshman year. A couple buddies of mine know about that. But when those linebackers screaming motion, you're trying to get the plays, more times than not, I don't think you should do it because it's kind of like you got to get over it. But they will throw a flag here and there and say you're trying to emulate cadence, and that could bite ACIT later, but I don't expect it.
And snap handed off to Figueroa the third. Runs right into a group of ACIT Redhawks.
Very similar situation to the one earlier. I want to see Figueroa try and bounce us. I understand trying to hit the hole, but there's an open gap on that right side so consistently on this drive. I want to see him try and bounce it outside and hit the edge.
14 yards to go.
It's going to be 3rd and a long 14. From the 16-yard line, it's Calderon looking to pass. Has time, firing to the corner of the end zone. Zalik Travis is there, and it's in there for a touchdown. Zalik Travis.
Absolute beautiful pattern there on the outside. He just had to get by the corner, was underneath the safety. An absolute moon ball there from Calderon. And Travis somehow getting the feet in on that corner. Beautiful pass, beautiful catch all the way around. Vineland puts 6 on the board.
Great body control, great pinpoint of the ball there, too, to kind of go up and find that diamond that you need to get to draw that ball in, controlling his body towards the sideline to fall inbounds. Beautiful catch and a beautiful throw. And the extra point is good. So with 6:52 to go here in this first quarter, your Fighting Clan have their first lead of the 2025 season.
I mean, that's a beautiful drive. Again, a couple setbacks here and there, but they were able to run the ball early, and once again, it opened the passing game. An absolute beautiful pass by Calderon to kind of set that up. And I can't even overstate how great of a catch that was on the sideline.
All started from a turnover.
Yep, Vineland being able to create. That's another big key point here is that field position aspect. Absolutely murdered in field position last week against Delsey. Taking advantage of an opportunity, points off turnovers always feel great, and that also sets Vineland up later when they get the ball to start the second half.
Exactly. A great drive there on offense. And Coach Fitton and Coach Shelton have to feel really good about the way that they executed on that drive. Sure, there were some hiccups. Sure, you ran into a couple defenders right off the rip, but you found a way to finish the drive, got it in the end zone on a 3rd and long, no less. They showed a lot of guts on that drive. The big 4th down catch over here, that was a beautifully executed drive by the Fighting Clan offense.
They got what they needed from their quarterback when they needed it, and that's huge for this offense. Now the defense was able to make adjustments. Now we'd like to see how they do against this run game of ACIT.
As Brosh sends this one deep. It'll be fielded about the 12-yard line. And a nice job by the special teams once again.
Nothing is better than beautiful team tackling on special teams. Nothing beats that. Coach Garton's definitely feeling way better about the special teams unit so far in this game after just a rough outing last week. So far, PATs are good. Kickoff looks great. Looking to ride that momentum as all 3 aspects of Vineland's team has looked sharp in this game.
A number of guys in on that tackle, but it looked like Carlton Thomas finished the job there for Vineland. And ACIT starts 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line as Vineland's defense fresh off a turnover looking for more. QB takes the snap, hands it off, and Vineland's defense sniffs it out. A great job and great team tackling. First touchdown scorer of the night, Zalik Travis in on that action. along with a bunch of his teammates.
Yeah, huge first penetration there by Omar Davis. I mean, usually known for his running back ability, but he absolutely blows that play up, blows up the man trying to block him, and the rest of Vineland being able to come downhill and finish up. That's great gang tackle.
He plays a fantastic linebacker next to Aiden Barriento,
Yes.
and those two together this year are going to cause a lot of havoc in the middle of the field for opposing offenses.
Yes, they're definitely two guys that complement each other so well. One that's more of a bruiser and the other one that can kind of tackle more in open field. They're going to be able to create havoc all season long.
As Gittone hands it off, and Vineland is all over it once again. Nasir Macon had that pretty sizable run on their first possession for ACIT, but since then, Vineland's been all over their run game, which has been very impressive. Quick adjustments from Coach Smith, Coach Shelton. And, you know, Nasir Macon is no slouch. We talked about him a little bit earlier. He can run the ball if you give him space, and he's got speed to him. He's got game-breaking speed. You have to be able to contain him if you're this Vineland defense. As 3rd and 11 upcoming.
It's definitely a tough break, too, when you turn the ball over and give someone like Coach Smith and Coach Shelton time to game plan against your run game.
Gittone rolls out, scrambling. He's going to keep it himself, goes upfield, and he's smashed by George Figueroa III.
There's definitely a lot of things to say positively about this defense so far. That's the first play where you kind of look and you're like, all right, they kind of – that's where you want to see containment from your guys coming off the edge, especially in an obvious pass situation. Got to be able to contain the outside. A quarterback who's very mobile that we're going to be able to – in Gittone, that we're going to see consistently in this game. Got to hold contain, especially when you're pass rushing on 3rd and long.
So 4th and 3 from the 29. ACIT lined up to punt. You got to watch the ball, though. Low snap. And it's kicked away. Solid punt. It's going to take an ACIT bounce and a roll inside the 30, down at about the 30-yard line.
Ball will be spotted at the 30.
And that is where Vineland's offense will set up shop, coming off of a brilliant drive off of a turnover where they scored their first points of the season. A beautiful meteor of a touchdown to Zyleek Travis from Elijah Calderon.
This right here now is an opportunity to see how Vineland's offense does in the long game. They have a much larger field here. Again, got a huge gift wrap from the defense. Now it's time to see how they can impose their own will on the offensive end in their own territory.
1st and 10 from the 30. A lot of real estate to the bottom of your screen. We'll see how they decide to navigate it. They pitch it to Figueroa III, who runs to that real estate. He's got plenty of room, picks up his blocker, and gets the ball way past midfield. George Figueroa III. How you doing?
We've been saying it all game, getting Figueroa to see the outside and hit it to the kind of sideline, hit the numbers and go upfield. He's been electric going to the outside, even just manhandling his own blocker down the field. Another beautiful run and way to use the open field by the Vineland offense.
That's what I like to call a monopoly run because he's buying up all the real estate
all
there,
of it
Marcelino.
Downhill. It's a beautiful run.
He passed go, collected $200, and he's on his way to buying Boardwalk.
Beautiful start to this drive. Have to be able to run the ball, and Vineland's doing it very well.
Calderon takes the snap, hands it back to Figueroa III, and ACIT's defense all over that one.
Yeah, that's John Ortiz for ACIT being able to come off the edge. Once again, one of those backside linebackers who are getting in. I understand being a tackle on the backside. You're not really like, oh, this guy's not going to get there. So far, ACIT has proven that if you leave a guy unblocked, they're going to make a play. So now Vineland's offensive line has to make that adjustment of making sure no one's penetrating before the play's even being run in the backfield between that exchange of quarterback and running back.
2nd and 11 from the 47. Calderon hands it off. And a quality run to kind of pick back up those yards that were lost there on the previous run by Carlton Thomas.
Again, Ortiz, the first one in the backfield for ACIT, flying off the ball once the ball snapped. ACIT has a pretty solid group at linebacker that we've seen so far. Size and speed has been their strong suit. I like to see how they'd be able to incorporate that on obvious passing downs like this one.
There's about a 3-yard gain there for Carlton Thomas, the junior running back for your Fighting Clan, wearing number 2 this season. 3rd and 7 from the 44. Calderon moves a man in motion, takes the snap, corrals it, hands it off. That's Carlton Thomas once again, and he's wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage. So after that bruising, ground-churning run by George Figueroa III, Brosh will come out with the special teams unit, and Vineland will punt it away.
And it's such a shame because there were so many Redhawks in the backfield that if he breaks that tackle, he's got nothing but green grass. He's getting at least a first down, but just couldn't get out of the wraps there of the linebacker, and now Vineland forced a punt.
First punt here for your Fighting Clan as the clock ticks under 2 minutes on the game clock. High snap, Brosh corrals it, gets it away. A quality dagger of a punt right into the hands of the returner. He navigates his way up by the 30, over the 30-yard line, over the 40-yard line. He's got plenty of room to run. He's got one man to beat. It's Carlton Thomas who slows up, and that is going to be a punt return for a touchdown by the ACIT Redhawks. And there's a man down near the 10-yard line for Vineland. Hopefully everything's okay. No flags on the field.
And again, like I stated early on, special teams just has to be able to hold their own on the field. I mean, way too many arm tackles there, way too many missed tackles. Somebody's got to get a hand on them and just break down. I mean, there were 5 guys in a 3-yard radius by the time he got the ball in his hands. You have to be able to wrap up. You have to be able to make tackles. No way you should be giving up points on special teams, especially this early on in the game.
Another rough go for this special teams unit here at the early stages of 2025.
It's Carlton Thomas who was the one down on the field. And he's getting checked out on the sideline now as the Redhawks are going to go for 2 early on.
Trying to take an early lead with 1:37 to go here in this first quarter. Man in motion. Gittone takes the snap, hands it off. And I'm not sure if he got across the line.
Stonewalled. He absolutely got stonewalled by the linebacking core of the Fighting Clan. There was a man who came off the edge that had him dead to rights, just missing him. But great way to stop up front with that D-line and the linebackers crashing down, forcing it only 7-6. Vineland still holding a healthy lead.
1:37 to go, so Vineland will get the ball back one last time here in this first quarter.
Coach Goose giving the refs an earful. Some interesting blocking on that punt return. That nothing was called, but
I was surprised that he was able to kind of break free that well and there was nothing called. Typically there's some sort of hold in the back, a block in the back that occurs for space to kind of get through there. As Goose looks like an old school Lou Piniella out there giving the ref an earful,
yeah,
as he should.
Unfortunately, it looks to be falling upon deaf ears here as Vineland sets up to return. But tough break there. Special teams once again giving up points. And Vineland has to find a way to crack down on that if they want to have even a sliver of chance of going far this season.
(7-6) your score as ACIT prepares to kick off here.
This was another rough spot last week on squib kicks from Delsey.
Yep.
Not sure what to expect, but I'm not expecting a boot here. I could be completely wrong, but I'd like to see how Vineland made their adjustments this week on squibs.
Quality kick. It will be returned. It's Zalik Travis. He brings it up past the 40. He's got space and a flag flies in now. And Vineland's coaching staff is beside themselves because now a call comes in when nothing came in on the previous play.
And it looks like it's holding on Vineland. I mean, you just can't do that after that punt return. I would be just as irate if I'm any of those coaches on the sideline. That is a backbreaker for such a good play. It's going to be holding. and Vineland will get backed up to where the call was made, as I believe they'll set them up at their own 25 as a block in the back.
Yeah, there was no block on the back on a full send punt return.
That's just – I wish I could say that that's something that Vineland could correct, but that's just that you can't say anything more than you can't call that after the punt return. You just absolutely cannot.
After all that, 1:29 to go until the end of the first quarter. 1st and 10 from the 35 for your Fighting Clan as Elijah Calderon gets set to try to drive Vineland down the field here. Hands it off to Figueroa the third, and he's swallowed up by the ACIT defense.
So far, Vineland showed that they're not able to block interior on those interior runs there, but they are missing a key piece. Jaffet, big number 77 for Vineland. He out this week in a boot on the sideline, so that might be a big play into what's happening on the interior. But so far, you've seen so much success on the outside. I've just continued trying to get Figueroa to the outside. Obviously, you have Thomas, who's still in the tent, so it'll be Figueroa taking most of the carries. Look to try and get him in open space once again.
Second and 11, under a minute to go. Calderon fakes the handoff, rolls out, fires, completes it. And a hefty.
Wow, I mean, car collision over on the opposite end of the field. Both guys just absolutely stood up. But a great pass there. Calderon had two wide open receivers, found one, and that's going to make it third and manageable.
Barias Hill on the catch.
I'll tell you what, I don't know how Hill stayed up. I mean, that safety was flying downfield. Somehow got his head up.
He's, as the kids say, he's built different. He's the king of the hill.
That dude's a smooth operator on the outside because I thought he was going to lose his helmet on that play.
3rd and 6 from the 39, 33.3 seconds to go. Calderon hands it off. George Figueroa the third, shifting, moving. Does he have enough for the first? It certainly looks like it. We'll see where they spot it.
Yeah, he 100% has the first down. That's another beautiful run by Figueroa. This time breaking to the outside after running behind, in between the guard and the tackle. Once again, that opening has been there for most of this game. Seeing him finally take advantage of that is huge as time's dwindling down here in this first quarter.
See if Vineland just lets this run, which I would assume they will. They'll walk off the field, and as the time ticks down, we are at 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And here is your siren going off. And that'll be the first quarter here at Gittone Stadium. Your Fighting Clan with a 7-6 lead over the visiting ACIT Redhawks. We'll take a short break. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Friday Night Lights on VPS, and we'll be back for the second quarter. And welcome back, everybody. Kyle Bennett, Marcelino Ojeda here with you from Gittone Stadium, the historic Gittone Stadium, as your Fighting Clan have a 7-6 lead as the second quarter gets underway with a whistle. We're going to call that too short. Blow the whistle, and Vineland is going to be moving the ball forward.
Yeah, the ACIT definitely lined up in the neutral zone there. It looked like it was big number 99. He's been lining up there pretty consistently. I believe that's Nathaniel Aurelis. He's been lining up there most of this game, so it's nice to see that the the Stripes are starting to call that, and that's a great start to this drive for Vineland to begin this second quarter.
Vineland with a 7-6 lead. The touchdown for your Fighting Clan was a beautiful throw from Elijah Calderon to Zalik Travis. As this one is handed off. Omar Davis.
Oh, just running downhill. I mean, my goodness, he took a chin strap with him on that run. Oh, my
Barrels
goodness.
forward.
Oh, wow. I mean, you go in for one play to run the ball, and you come off, and your pads are coming out of your uniform. You did something right.
Just bully ball running it.
But that's Vineland's bread and butter. That's where they want to get content. That's where they want to be able to get comfortable as this game goes on. Again, it opens up the passing game later on downs, but I mean, second and short, you can almost imagine who they're going to call on here.
Picks up 6 there. It's going to be 2nd and 4. As Calderon hands it off to Figueroa, the third. Finds space, picks up the first down and more, takes it up right near the 30-yard line before he's shoved out of bounds by multiple ACIT Redhawk defenders.
I mean, another beautiful run to the outside. ACIT so far hasn't done anything to be able to stop that, and by the time they do, they're going to be forced to bring down a safety, and single high safety against Ben Motter and Zyleek Travis on the outside is going to give ACIT a world of problems down the stretch.
And this is what we saw from George last year when he filled in for Charles Clark when he was out, and coming back from his injury. We got to remember, yes, we have a sophomore quarterback. George Figueroa III is also a sophomore. So these two are going to grow together, be in lockstep together for this season and 2 more years together. It's going to be beautiful to watch that tandem of quarterback and running back grow and build together over the next few years.
Yeah, that dynamic's only going to flourish. And, again, Vineland is a run-first team, but creating, screen pass opportunity is going to be huge.
And Calderon fakes the handoff. He's firing. Throws the deep ball, and it's off the mark out of bounds.
I mean, I'll tell you what, if that ball was catchable, that is a PI all the way. I mean, he was being tackled from the 10-yard line, and the ball lands at the 5. I mean, that is brutal on the outside. He was I mean, look at his jersey coming off the field. I mean, you have to throw the flag. There's just no way. I mean, I get the argument of it not being catchable, but, I mean, he was hightailing him to the sideline from the 15.
That's 2 questionable no calls now. Feels like last night's game at Lincoln Financial Field.
Gosh, that was a brutal watch. And I don't like either team, but come on.
2nd and 10 here for Vineland as Calderon takes a snap, hands it off, and a beautiful run. Close to, if not a first down, for Omar Davis.
Yeah, I'd like to see Vineland utilize that play a lot more. I mean, you have a pulling guard and you have your wing kind of pulling the same way. It's almost like a buck play with 2 guys flying up. You have 2-on-2 with a safety and a linebacker. That you'll take that all day with Omar Davis and Figueroa. You have the opportunity to break back inside or break back outside, but you're walking away with almost 10 yards on gains.
3rd and 2 from the 28 here for Vineland. Calderon takes a snap, hands it off. Omar Davis switches his field, cutting, barreling, and we'll see where they spot it.
I mean, Omar Davis gets the first down. If he just runs north-south, I mean, east-west, he got at least 15 yards out of that. He made a couple guys miss, but 4th and short, I mean, tush push?
It's going to be 4th and 1 here. We've seen Vineland run hybrids of the tush push in the past.
I mean, you take Omar Davis out in this spot. I mean, this is the kind of situation I want to see him in the game, but it looks like he might be a little
high formation. 4th and 1.
First count. I mean, you got to love that. That's just bully ball. To get down, first down, hand the ball off to the fullback. That's a beautiful first down for Vineland.
Barias Hill barrels forward for the first down there.
It's almost too easy. I mean, you line up quick. ACIT wasn't even ready by any means necessary, and Vineland takes advantage of it.
So fresh set of downs from the 24 for your Fighting Clan as they're threatening to attempt to score again as they're knocking on the door of the ACIT red zone. Low snap.
Oh, man.
Good awareness there. I believe that was Barias Hill there who fell on it.
Whew, I mean, that ball was completely rolled. It didn't even come off the ground for the center, Zach Zavis. I mean, that ball, they're lucky there was a wing there because there were two guys for ACIT coming off that edge. Great awareness. And Vineland keeps the ball, but that puts him in a tough spot here in 2nd and long.
Loss of about 2.5 there. Ball spotted at the 27. Selig Travis, to the bottom of your screen, one-on-one. And some jumping, and it looks like Vineland might have jumped first. And they did.
And this is where Vineland has to kind of buckle down here. And, you know, when it starts raining, it doesn't always have to pour. I mean, you just kind of get your bearings off a couple bad plays or you lose a yard or so. But now you're putting yourself in 2nd and 3 years, and now you go from knocking on the door of the red zone to sending postcards.
Yeah, this is what we call red zone with commercials.
Yeah, like this is a hike back now, and Vineland has to work uphill here. And again, they're a team that likes to pass in these situations, so they got to be smart here.
2nd and 15 from the 32. Calderon drops back. And over the head of George Figueroa, the third, incomplete.
It didn't look like that play had a lot coming with it, but Calderon really has to be able to float that ball. That's an issue we kind of saw last week, and we were hoping kind of came into this game with a little bit of a fix between that duo. But you got to take a little off of that pass. I mean, he had a guy flying upfield, but it's a screen play. You're going to have guys in your face. Just got to be able to kind of float it to him and give Figueroa some kind of opportunity to break to the outside, even though the play looked like it was a little busted on the interior.
Allowed, pretend it's like a Nerf ball.
Just a little throw over the top, and Figueroa will make a play.
3rd and 15 from the 32. Calderon looking to pass. He's firing. Nice catch, but it's short of the sticks.
Oh, they called that incomplete.
That's brutal. I don't know about that.
Oh, I don't know. From up here, I mean, from our vantage point, it looked like he found a way. It could have hit the ground trying to corral that in, but from up here, it looked like he pulled that one in. But 4th and a country mile here, and
Vineland's going to go for it.
They're definitely not going to bring out the special teams here. Oof, KB, I mean. It's a tough one for Vineland, trying to put more points on the board. This drive just took a sharp
nose dive.
Yeah.
Calderon looking to pass. Firing. In stride. What a catch. Stays on his feet and into the end zone.
Wow.
For a touchdown.
Wow. I mean, absolute backbreaker if you're the Redhawks. Beautiful pass. I mean, there was an opportunity for ACIT to make a tackle there at the 2-yard line, but just trying to put a head down and make a big hit. It bounces off, and that's an easy 6 for Vineland. Crazy to give that up on 4th and long.
He looked like a crash dummy.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, you just cannot let that happen if you're ACIT. The linebackers you can't let a tight end get behind you like that, or even a slot receiver. He splits the safety. They went too high, and Calderon took full advantage of it.
He's number 27 for our Fighting Clan. He's not listed on our roster with that number. I'll try to find out at halftime who's rocking number 27 for you so we can properly give him his due for a gutsy and beautiful touchdown.
Hey, it's a beautiful catch. I mean, you had a linebacker trailing, and then those two safeties over the top just slowly converge. But, I mean, a beautiful pass in the middle of the field. That is almost textbook of dealing with cover 2. And it was a great pass by Calderon, and now Vaughn trying to convert on the PAT.
7:38 to go until halftime. Ball spotted, kick is up, and it is blocked.
Special team woes.
No good, and with 7:38 to go here in the second quarter, Vineland leads 13-6.
I mean, a lot of soul searching for the special teams unit, and I mean, it's going to get worse before it gets better if some adjustments aren't made. I mean, once again, we're seeing a kicker who's line drive, and I was trying to explain. It's harder to explain with not being able to show you guys what I'm looking at, but when you're trying to kick a PAT, you want to get some air underneath of it. I mean, by the time the ball is set in place, that interior line's getting pushed back just a little bit. And on top of it, you're taking your time on the kick. It gives them way more time to get hands up and come off that edge. Vineland has to find a way to speed up that process and be able to get that kick with a little more air underneath, or else that's going to happen for the rest of the season. I mean, nonetheless, 13-6. The offense has looked sharp so far. Defense is playing well. It's been the special teams so far this season that's really kind of put them in rough spots, and Vine just has to find a way to make some adjustments as this year continues.
Nonetheless, Vineland have a lead. Once again, just padding it. Goes from 1 to 7. Brosh sends this one deep. Great kick. Now special teams has to cover as ball brought up past the 30, and a good tackle there to prevent any further damage. So it's 7:34 to go here in this second quarter. ACIT will set up shop just beyond the 30-yard line.
Yeah, that's a great open field tackle by Barriers Hill. I mean, that had big return almost kind of written all over it on that far side, but a great open field tackle, and Vineland keeps them at bay on another special teams play. Vineland's defense definitely nice and rested too after that long drive, so looking to impose their will once again.
First and 10 from the 33 for ACIT.
I mean, the defensive coaches are just jumping at the linebackers right now.
And Gittone is wrapped up and almost brought down by one of his own teammates there.
I mean, I can't even lie to you and say I've never seen a situation like this where a sack happens and your defensive coordinators are absolutely irate. Coach Shelton and Coach Smith are absolutely laying in on the secondary because they were telling them to shift over to that side. They kind of saw that play coming, and it's not something I'm not shocked because the amount of film they watch is ridiculous. But, I mean, when those guys start losing it, you know they see something that was on film, and they're trying to get your attention to make a play, and they did just like that. A sack here for the Fighting Clan. I believe they're first of the season.
Second and 16, so a 6-yard loss on that sack. Gittone hands it off, and a good, healthy run, and then some.
Oh. That's a dirty stiff arm to end the run there.
That's number 6 for ACIT.
That's Giovanni Di Gregorio. I mean, that's a tough one to say, but Gregorio, I mean.
Giovanni Di Gregorio.
Yeah, that's crazy, but I mean, it's a great play, great blocking on the inside. The linebackers didn't seem to read that play too well, and that break to the numbers was very vital there, and another good tackle by the secondary, but can't give those interior runs up, especially to an ACIT team that likes to run downhill.
3rd and 1, I believe is what it was marked. This one's handed off. Di Gregorio is taken down.
Beautiful tackle. A flag thrown on the far side of the field, but that is a beautiful tackle there by Carlton Thomas. And the penalty is going to be on ACIT.
Push him back, move him back, all the way back.
That's a great play coming downhill by Thomas. I mean, you cannot beat that, but it's going to be holding on ACIT.
You said Carlton, right?
Is that what we're going to do now? The Carlton up in the booth. We're going to make some earthquakes up here.
Moving and shaking, just like this Vineland team has been tonight, with a 13-6 lead here. And if you haven't already, everyone, if you're watching at home, make sure you subscribe to the Vineland Public Schools YouTube channel, youtube.com/@VLDSchoolsTV. That is where you get every single broadcast of sporting events, school events, board meetings, and more throughout the 2025-2026 school year and beyond. Be sure to click that bell icon on your device of choice as well. You'll get notified whenever new streams or videos are available for your consumption. That's youtube.com/@VLDSchoolsTV, your home for Vineland Athletics.
Vineland showing a blitz look on that left side, looking to bring some pressure here.
And another whistle blown. Timeout ACIT with 5:47 to go here until halftime.
Yeah, Vineland looked like they were about to send the troops in that linebacker core, and ACIT did not like that, and they're going to call a timeout and switch it up.
They were going to send the old chicken coop.
Oh, I mean, that was coming downhill. That's Barrientos and Davis, and that is not exactly what you're wanting to look at on a 3rd and long and obvious passing situation. ACIT, not a team that's really shown any offensive expertise in the passing area. So it's going to be interesting to see what they decide to go with. I mean, they've run the ball in long yardage situations and found success. So it'll be interesting to see what Vineland kind of comes up with here. I would expect a blitz from the linebackers because if they try to run the ball, they're not going to go anywhere. And if they try to pass it, it'll be their first completion of the night if they find a way to.
We talked about it at the top of the broadcast. Aiden Barriento has been a tone setter tonight on this defense. I talked to him pregame. He was our player of the week last week on Guzman's Gridiron, which we mentioned as well. You can tune into that every single game week throughout the season on the Underground Sports Philadelphia Podcast Network, both on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. And Coach Guzman said watching Aiden's growth not only on the field, but off the field as well, and becoming the leader that he's been in the locker room this year, it's been exceptional to watch. And we'll keep talking about Aiden in just a moment as Gittone rolls out, throws, fires incomplete.
And there's flags in the backfield. That's going to be holding all day. I mean, Vineland completely brought the pressure there, and once again forcing them to roll out there. Gittone had a man, but it's shown so far under pressure he's not going to be able to make those kind of passes. Great play call by the defense and for Vineland, who I'd expect to decline this penalty.
Right. And the words that Coach Guzman used about Aiden Barriento this week, he said, that young man is going to win at the game of life.
Yes, 100%.
Not just the game of football, not just in the classroom, but the game of life.
And I will tell you, there is no better honor than being told something like that. I mean, especially from a guy like Coach Guz, there's
right.
no better title to gain from a guy like that. So Vineland does decline the penalty here, and that'll bring out the punting unit for ACIT. We got a good one off their last go-around in this situation. Vineland looking to get some yardage here. Last time not vying to go with a return. We're going to see what they try to do here with a pretty decent punter on the Redhawks.
Figueroa and Zelik Travis back deep. High punt. Travis will get under it, and it's muffed. A battle for the ball, but Travis had enough of a grip on it. So it'll be Vineland ball at about the 30.5-yard line, maybe the 31, depending on where they choose to spot it.
And I'll tell you what, I think there's no more difficult job in football than being a punt return man. I mean, you got guys barreling downfield, ball in the air, changing direction. I mean, it's a windy night here in Vineland, so that ball's going all over the place. It's great by Travis to be able to reel that ball in after it kind of caroms off his chest.
5:33 to go until halftime. 1st and 10 from the 31 here for Vineland. It's George Figueroa III, the running back. Calderon hands it off to Figueroa, who finds a hole. There's a flag down. For the time being, Figueroa III has a first down,
and that's going to be a tough break if that's going to be on Vineland. That's a beautiful play call. I mean, ACIT completely bites on the jet sweep, and Figueroa runs right behind it. But it does look like it's going to be on Vineland. It's going to be a holding, and that'll back them up, forcing a 1st and 20. Another drive starting in not so ideal way after a good play.
I just ask you call it both ways. Just call it both ways, and we'll be living pretty.
Yeah, I mean, on that last passing down on the blitz that Vine sent, I mean, it was holding all day. Not a single guard was able to hold any one of those linebackers. But Vineland now setting up shop here at their own 25-yard line. It's going to be 1st and about 15.
Calderon moves Travis in motion, hands it off to Travis, who cuts in and is greeted by a Redhawk duo.
And smart by Travis, seeing that the outside wasn't there and cutting it upfield. I mean, that's a tough play to make and get the yards that he got. Still minimal yardage, but Vineland once again working uphill with that penalty. It's going to be 2nd and long.
Under 5 minutes to go. Vineland with a 13-6 lead. 2nd and 13 here for Calderon and company. Travis, the receiver, to the bottom of your screen.
Yeah, it looks like ACIT showing a single high safety.
Fake the handoff. Good rollout. Firing is Calderon, and it's incomplete off the hands of the intended receiver, number 82, Aiden Zinkraft.
And Zinkraft's someone they've spoken very highly about, very consistently amongst all the coaches on the staff. And that was a great idea there by Calderon. It was a good route concept. It looked as if they set up like a cover 3 on the outside, single high safety. Corner completely drops back, and they drop a double team over Travis's way. But that underneath route's going to be there if they continue to run that coverage to the strong side of the field.
3rd and 13 from the 28.
Look at send the house here, does ACIT.
Calderon rolling out.
They pulled back.
Has time. He's going to take it and get shoved out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, smart by Calderon not to force anything downfield. There wasn't anything there. And a good change up in look there. It looked like ACIT was going to send a couple guys, but they dropped back into that coverage. And it forced Calderon to make a quicker decision or try to prolong the play and look downfield. Smart by the defense, and that's going to put Vineland in a 4th and long situation. They're forced to punt.
Second punt of the day for Vineland, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they got to get a good snap here.
A little bit of a high and wide snap and a fingertip put on it. That takes a buzzsaw spin out of bounds.
I mean, this is starting to get a little out of hand. The first snap, there was no pressure, and I give ACIT all the credit in the world to make that adjustment to send pressure. The snap's getting back there, and it's taking a little bit of a while to get back there. So bring that pressure. Guy came off the edge untouched. I mean, you can only block so many guys. And a block punt, and that's going to give ACIT great field position and a possibility to tie this game before half. One possession game here, 13-6 in favor of the Fighting Clan, 4:14 to go. Vineland's defense has looked sharp all game, but it's his first play that's given them trouble so far, and it's been that run on the interior. Look to see how Vineland tries to make a play here to stop that.
1st and 10 from the 39. Gittone moves a man in motion, takes the snap, hands it to the motion man, who picks up about 5 on the carry. Nifty little play there for the Redhawks.
And again, they went with that interior run, and it was Travis making the tackle. I mean, he was the last line of defense there. They had 2 guys blocking in the second level. It's a great play by Travis, but once again, finding success on the ground on the interior on the first play of the drive does ACIT.
Second and 6, so they give him a 4-yard gain on that play from the 35. As we approach 3.5 minutes to go here until halftime, Gittone hands it off. Vineland is there, and they knock him back.
And ACIT, I mean, it's almost like clockwork so far. They find success on that first play. Vineland makes the adjustment on the second play. They get no gain. And all that yards you gain to try and cut down and alleviate and make it a 3rd and manageable if you get put in that situation gets taken away. And now you're stuck in a 3rd and 6 when you were at a 2nd and 6 and got that big chunk, a decent chunk of yards on 1st down. And some people will look at that and say, oh, it's only 4 yards. 4 yards goes a long way in a situation like this where it could possibly be 4 down territory.
As the game clock ticks under 3 minutes. Here from Gittone Stadium.
ACIT showing that similar 2-receiver set to the far side. Vineland showing single high safety.
3rd and 6.
Expecting pressure here.
Gittone rolls out, fires, completes it to a man that's all by himself. And ACIT have a much-needed 1st down.
And I get Vineland there, bringing pressure there, but you cannot give that much space man-to-man on the outside. You have to be able to trust yourself there, and you know where the sticks are. There's no way you're giving up that. It almost looked like 10 yards of cushion there on a 3rd and 6. You can't give that up at all, and Coach Smith is going to have a conversation at halftime. But 3rd and 6, you just can't give up that much cushion and make a catch at the 1st down marker.
Because you're Stevenson on the reception, if I'm not mistaken, number 1 there for ACIT, who's now at the bottom of the screen. ACIT
on that left side.
Hand it off, barreling forward.
Vineland had guys there to make a play, but it was finished up by a secondary. I mean, Vineland really has to buckle down here with 2:20 and counting. I mean, ACIT's knocking on the door, and it's 2nd and short once again.
It's David Nixon Matos on the run.
So far, Vineland hasn't had success on 1st and 10, and ACIT's taking advantage, but this is where ACIT has to make adjustments and kind of get more yards on 2nd down. It's almost night and day on 1st and 2nd down for the Redhawks.
2nd and 5 from the 11, under 2 minutes to go. And whistles for a timeout from from Vineland.
Yeah, and I like the timeout call. Get your guys to catch their breath a little bit. You can almost expect run here. The only thing I would expect here is a waggle for ACIT and kind of go to the strong side of the field. But now Vine kind of catches their breath, get those linebackers watered up, and this should be. So I think this is going to show and prove to be in favor of Vineland on this next couple plays. ACIT just not showing any answers on those 2nd down plays either.
Some big things that need to be talked about at halftime for Vineland, too, is just figuring out the kicking angles for Brosh. He had that one great punt, the first punt of the game, where you mentioned no pressure came, so he had plenty of time.
All day. And the snap, it wasn't a great snap, but, I mean,
he adjusted and was able to get the ball end over end down the field.
It's smart by ACIT. I can only give them credit for making that adjustment. They know the snap's not going to get there. And if you bring that pressure over time, I'm telling you, you will see the same result. They have to make a change.
They have to be quicker too. Snap has been very slow, which hasn't afforded Brosh enough time to really get underneath the ball either.
And I think if I'm Vineland, I spread that formation out. Instead of having 3 up backs, kind of go with that 2 gunner set.
2nd and 5 here for ACIT. Minute 53 to go on the game clock. Gittone rolls out, fires, and it's incomplete.
Again, cushion on the outside. That's just a straight-up drop.
Big break there for your Fighting Clan.
Yeah, C.D. Lamb-esque play. I mean, once again, a situation where there's cushion to the 1st down marker. You just can't be giving up that much space on the outside. You got to be able to come downhill quicker and recognize what route's being run. But that's how you get beat on the double move. So it really comes down to what the corner's thinking on the outside.
3rd and 5.
This has been a successful down for the Redhawks so far. Expect Vineland to bring some pressure.
And ACIT jumps.
I thought I heard a whistle, and it definitely wasn't a whistle from the stripes. Not sure where that one came from, but that's a tough break for the Redhawks. We're in a situation where it was 3rd and short.
It's one of those whistles where the ball gets stuck in the whistle.
You're not sure what to do.
You don't get a strong blow on the whistle.
I don't think they do that anymore. You know they have the electric whistles?
That's news to me.
Really? Dude, Coach Volpe, this is hilarious. Coach Volpe showed me that for the very first time I was a junior. And I'm like, and I keep hearing, I'm like, where is it coming from? He pulls out his pocket, just has a button on the bottom, and it blows the whistle for you.
That's crazy.
People don't even use regular whistles anymore.
What happened to the sport I love?
The future is now.
3rd and 10 for ACIT. Ball snap. Gittone had some pressure in his face and threads the needle. A flag comes in late.
It's going to be a pass interference on Vineland. And that is an absolute breakdown and a miscommunication between the That is a pick dead to right. There's no way that pass should be completed.
Kazir Stevenson with the catch in the end zone.
Oh, man, that's a pick. They are going to kick themselves in the film room on Monday because that is a perfect scenario if you're the safety. I think they would have called pass interference either way, though.
And it's 13-12.
Opportunity to tie it up before half.
First extra point attempt here for ACIT. They opted to go for 2 earlier. Ball snapped, spotted, kick is up, and it is good. So with 1:44 to go here until halftime, we have a brand new ball game.
That's really tough. A tough break for the Vineland defense. I mean, they've got a situation they want. It was 3rd and 10. You finally can, force a field goal and go into the half with the lead, kind of run clock. But now you're in a tie ball game, and you've had opportunities all game to make plays. And so far, they've come far and few in between, but when they do, Vine hasn't been able to capitalize yet, and it's showing. And this scoreboard doesn't even, in my opinion, doesn't tell a story of how this game has gone so far.
No.
I mean, it's arguably been all Vineland.
Minus special teams.
Yeah. And again, it's been special teams that bites them in the butt. I mean, that's points off of special teams miscues once again. And against a team like Delsey, they took complete advantage of that. ACIT not a team as strong as Delsey, but they're taking advantage of it, and you're kind of downplaying here if you're Vineland, in my opinion.
Yeah. Kazir Stevenson, the senior, 6'1", 160-pound wide receiver for the Redhawks, scored that touchdown there.
I mean, I'm telling you, that play is going to be played over and over again because they are going to kick themselves. Because not only do you stop that drive, but, I mean, everybody loves when you catch a pick. I mean,
you need to print a still screenshot of that coverage out and
yeah,
just plaster it everywhere.
I thought it was a pick all day.
And at the very worst, deflected.
Yeah, I mean, it was just completely misplayed.
Ball's kicked, and it'll be fielded around the 19-yard line. And Vineland's got a nice return here, bringing it up near the 40.
Oh, no
and
way.
Another flag.
No way. I mean, that was a beautiful block on the outside. There's just no way. I do not like this at all. I really want to see what this is.
I'm pretty sure, no free ads, but I'm pretty sure LASIK is offering free LASIK to all referees.
I mean, it starts with umpires, but, I mean, they're calling a double holding on that play. And I didn't feel like I saw holding on that outside.
I didn't see it anywhere.
The only thing I saw was a good peel back block.
Yep.
That was a healthy peel back block. But, I mean,
it looked like those new candies that you can peel the skin off of.
Easy. I know, I mean, I didn't think I saw anything there. But, again, another drive where Vineland starts behind the sticks by a sizable margin.
It looked like there was 2 flags. One of them unnecessary roughness.
I believe they called 2 holdings. I only got to catch the second call, though, so they could have called. If they called necessary roughness, I mean, come on.
It looked like he went like this instead of the hold.
I mean, there were 2 flags on the play, nonetheless.
Because Vineland is pinned back deep, wildly deep. So I do think
it had to be 15.
A 15-yard penalty was called there because one was declined. The
Yeah.
second penalty was accepted.
And where the ball spotted is spot foul, so I could see where it could have been.
And Figueroa III just runs into a brick wall of ACIT defenders.
I mean, when I tell you the momentum has completely left this side of the stadium, I mean, it's done it, and it's done it fast. Vineland, in my opinion, had this game very well in there. You know, they were playing to their strengths, and they kind of were running the game the way they wanted to go. And special teams is the second week in a row where it's put them in a tough spot.
Second and 11, under a minute to go here until halftime. 13-13 your score. Calderon takes the snap, hands it to Figueroa III. He's got some real estate, cuts up field, and a nice run there by George Figueroa III.
Oh, and he's down.
And that is not good for the Fighting Clan.
Oh, man, he's grabbing at that ankle. That is not good for Figueroa, who looked like he fell a little awkwardly on that ankle. That's not good at all. Second running back today that's seen injury problems, and this one doesn't look too good.
Coach Guzman trying to help Figueroa kind of get off his back a little bit.
And Figueroa is, another one of those guys where, if you ask Guz, he'll be the first one to tell you he's another one, that winner at life. I mean, he's going to succeed. And I had the opportunity to kind of sit and talk to him in the parking lot after last week's game with a couple of guys from, my former teams that I was able to coach. And, he shows a lot of IQ. He's a mentally tough kid. He's a very smart kid. And it really is tough to see someone who's successful in all aspects in a situation like this.
As Figueroa III gets up with the help of trainer Dave, Zelik Trebs, Coach Guzman. He can't put any weight on that ankle.
Yeah, that's not a good sign at all, and that's a huge break. That's a very tough break for Vineland. I mean, very stud running back here. Who's been your most productive player, in my opinion, in this game. That's tough. That's a very tough hit.
And hopefully George is okay. Just overall, we'll see how things shake out, but
looks like Vineland's just going to run the clock out here.
One final play as they hand it off to Omar Davis. Picks up the first down, I believe.
And Davis getting up a little limping. Looks like Vineland's just going to take it to the half.
Clock ticks down, and that run by Davis looks like it'll be the final play of this first half as we go 3, 2, 1. Horn sounds. And that is the first half here from Gittone Stadium. A lot of momentum shifted towards the end of that second quarter. We are all tied up at 13 apiece between your Fighting Clan and the visiting ACIT Redhawks. We will be back after halftime with our thoughts, analysis on the first half, and get you set for the second half of action. So don't go anywhere. You're watching Friday Night Lights on VPS.
JOI.
And welcome back, everybody. We are getting set for third quarter and, of course, second half action here from historic Gittone Stadium. Kyle Bennett, Marcelino Ojeda up here in the booth with you as your Fighting Clan are all tied up at 13 apiece with the visiting ACIT Redhawks. Your Fighting Clan getting set to return this second half kickoff. And it seems like everything is all set now. They're waiting for a clock operator. And ball's kicked off. And we are underway here for the second half as Zalik Travis trying to find some space. And a quality return stretches out. A little bit of extracurriculars there, but
they missed a face mask call. I mean, Coach Mitchell on the sideline is irate as another Vineland player is down in a heap.
that is Xavier Mojica, according to our roster. Another listed running back for this Vineland High School roster.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, Vineland really has not been able to catch a break in the backfield so far this season, and it's raining and it's pouring.
Everything's all said and done. Vineland will set up shop at the 38-yard line.
Mojica's up, but another player not able to put pressure on an injured leg or ankle.
And, you know, we don't know the full story, too. Obviously, George Figueroa III looked a lot worse.
Yeah.
You know, but a lot of these, you know, injuries. I talked to Coach Guzman last week, or this week on the podcast about last week's game where we had a number of guys late in the game leaving. And Coach Guzman said about 6 guys came down with the old injury known as cramps.
Yeah, especially first game of the year. And today's an even worse day to possibly catch cramps just because of the heat.
These fellas need to learn the magic word hydration like no other.
Liquid IV goes a long way.
So here we go. 1st and 10 from the 38. We'll see what Elijah Calderon and company can do to move this ball down the field and hopefully put some more points on the board as they hand this one off to Omar Davis, who barrels through close to midfield.
Beautiful first down run, great block in there. I mean, ACIT looked like they were bringing pressure. They expected the run, and Vineland held their ground in the front. And Davis made a good cut back to the middle of the field and got some good yardage, and that's going to set up 2nd and short. Great
Picked up
start.
8 there. I love how he tried to motion for the first down.
Yeah,
like, Omar,
I didn't want to be that guy.
You're a couple yards short there, my friend, but a nice run nonetheless. Pickup of 8, 2nd and 2 from the 47 here.
Hopefully this time he can do it.
Calderon misses the snap. Davis picks it up, and he is barraged by ACIT defenders.
Yeah, rough miscue there for the offense after such a great first down play. A bad snap there from Davis.
Felt like a forced snap, too, where like they had a little bit of time still to kind of get settled, and it looked like they were trying to move quicker than they needed to.
And that's the second time where I feel like Calderon has kind of like forced the offense to move at a quicker pace, which I understand you want to get moving and kind of get things going, but that's the second time also that Davis hasn't been able to get the ball off the ground. It's almost skipped back there. And lucky that Davis was able to corral that in, but now you're in 3rd and long and about 3rd and 13.
So you go from 2nd and 2 to 3rd and 13, a loss of 11 there on the miscue. Calderon scrambling, fires, and there's nobody there.
Yeah, that's another one where I want to see Calderon step up in the pocket. I mean, the pocket's there to step into. He just really likes rolling out that way, but he takes so many steps backwards, and now the toughest part of the game so far has been special teams, and look to see what adjustments are made here on this punting unit.
That's also one of those plays that I want to see Calderon just get more comfortable using his legs. He has the ability to run. He can move that ball and make it a lot more manageable and use his athleticism to dink and dodge around some of these defenders.
Yeah, ACIT, look, already loading up on that opposite side, and that snap gets back there in a good time, but it's going to get blocked once again. I mean, this has been the Achilles heel of Vineland so far in the season, and once again, something that we noted at halftime, we said it a million times, that edge guy is going to fly, and he did once again. He was there before the ball got down to the toe of the punter, and once again, Vineland losing the field position battle in a game where we believe that the score doesn't even tell the story of the first half, that Vineland mostly dominated, but now backed up with their heels on their own red zone, and ACIT setting up shop in beautiful field position.
They're losing the special teams battle so poorly that it's making this game feel so much closer than what it is, and part of that is 6 of the points came via a punt return on special teams.
And even the last 6 points, I mean, ACIT was set up in the red zone to start that possession and that first half.
Man in motion, Gittone hands it off to the motion man, and Vineland is there to stand him up. Minimal gain on that first down run from the 22.
And man, nothing is more frustrating when you feel like your offense is clicking. And again, that first drive wasn't a tale of how the offense has been so far. But I mean, there's no reason. Those guys on the sideline have to get to a point where they're frustrated. Like, we're doing our job, but we got to fix this. There's an issue here, and it's got to get dealt with.
It is a glaring issue.
It looks like a player's down with what I believe is a cramp as well, and that's ACIT Travis holding on to his left calf.
Who also sustained some cramps late in the game last week.
Yeah, the cramp monsters slowly creeping into this game. Like we said, it's a much hotter game, a game that will require a lot more liquid consumption, and it's showing here in this third quarter.
I do want to give a kudos to the cheerleaders, the band being here again tonight. Obviously, is the first couple days of the new school year in play. Only 178 days until summer vacation, everybody. But no less, a new school year underway. And Assistant Principal Hall down there with the cheerleaders and his giant turnover chain on.
I'd say that turnover chain is nice.
Looking. He is one of the most supportive members of this faculty at every single event. Doesn't matter if it's athletics, academics, or in between.
Yeah.
You will find Assistant Principal Hall at those events, and that's what makes for a good principal to student body relationship.
Yeah, that relationship is so important, because how many times have we seen that not be the case? But just seeing him show up, it's a heck of a lot of a difference for guys who see him in the halls and then see him on Friday nights.
He's truly a one of one and just a great personality, too. Just loves being around the kids, is always there to support them in all of their endeavors. So always good to see Assistant Principal Hall here at Gittone Stadium and all around all the Vineland High School events throughout the school year.
Got to get that turnover chain. I got to find a way to get one. That's sick.
We're going to need those up here in the booth.
Definitely going to have to get one of those. Vineland back on defense here on the heels of their red zone, already trying to fight off ACIT's offense that has been beautiful on first down, but this go-around hasn't been too sharp. It's going to be second and long.
Man in motion here for the Redhawks. Gittone muffs the snap.
Whew, the 2 snapping miscues for either side, giving them a real rough go to each drive. I mean, it's a drive killer, and a big possibility here for it to kill this drive. I mean, third and a country mile, almost 20 yards. It's a tall task for a quarterback who hasn't thrown further than 15 yards down.
That's what I like to call third and Landis Avenue.
Yeah, this is a hike here, and Gaetano's got a far ways to go here. I mean, their kicker was shown capable earlier in the game. Not sure how far he's kicking it from. But, I mean, you want to at least get 10 yards here and put yourself in a situation that have even a chance to take a lead in this game with 9 minutes in the third.
As our fantastic cheerleaders tend to say, we've said it earlier in this game, push them back, move them back, all the way back. Let's see what Vineland can muster up here on 3rd and 22.
Yeah, obvious passing down. They're going to send pressure and play man-to-man.
Gittone, he's being chased. He's got space. Almost a horse collar tackle, and a flag comes in late.
He's just short of that first down marker, but now what they're showing, they're going to give him the first. Got to check the flag first.
Meeting in the referee's room.
First time we've seen Gittone use his legs today, and it's proved to be well here in a big critical situation.
Which I'm surprised he hasn't done more. We've seen the speed when he scrambles side to side. I'm surprised he hasn't carried the ball up more.
And it looks like the flag's going to be waved off there, and it's going to be a first down for ACIT.
Just a brutal.
Tough break for the defense. I mean, you get them in a situation where they have a miscue, 3rd and long, and ACIT is knocking on the door once again.
Looking for their first lead of this ball game.
And it would be another special teams blunder that puts points on the board for opponents of the Fighting Clan this year. And, you know, not much else to say, but that has to get situated. if they walk away with points here, it's brutal. It really is.
First and goal from the 10.
Going jumbo here on that right side.
Man in motion. Gittone hands it off.
Ball carrier brings the ball across the stands to about 6.
Pick up about 4.
Second goal.
Best here making.
Very healthy first run there to start off this first and goal in this goal-to-go situation. But Vineland really, once again, it just has to buckle down. They've shown that they can do it, but you know, it's a shortened field. You're working uphill, unfortunately, and the defense, you know, some hands on hips here. It's not easy to stop every time with a team that can run downhill so well.
2nd and 6 from the 6. Gittone hands it off. Good stop there for the Vineland defense.
Yeah,
That'll bring up a huge 3rd down now.
Yeah, ACIT starting to show wherever the wing goes, they're going to go jumbo set and run to that side. They've shown success, and they're going to keep doing it. You have that extra man as another Vineland player is down on the ground. And I believe it could be another cramp.
Hopefully everything's okay. Do want to give our best wishes tonight as we're about 40 minutes from kickoff down in Brazil. Vineland High School alumni Isaiah Pacheco and the Kansas City Chiefs playing against the Los Angeles Chargers in that Sao Paulo game at the NFL level. Want to wish Pop a very healthy and successful season as he goes into his 4th year in the NFL.
It happens fast. Time flies. How about them Chiefs?
It's crazy the NFL is back.
Yeah, and for some reason this time around it felt like it took longer to come back, but it's definitely nice to have it back. Football in general just, I feel like, makes the world go round. For some, more than others. My fiance would beg to differ.
That's when her world stops.
Yeah, she unfortunately is not a big fan of when the season comes around, but
But
shout out
when
to
is
her.
it March? When is it March?
Unfortunately, that's when baseball starts again. So. Shout out to her. Love her very much.
3rd and goal from the 5. Gittone keeps it, wraps around the edge.
Oh,
And
man.
Vineland can't contain, and Gittone runs it in himself. And ACIT, with 7:28 to go here in this 3rd quarter, have their first lead of this ball game.
And a great play call going option there. I mean, it was one-on-one to the outside. He beat the contain. I thought that corner had him dead to rights, but just gets outside of that arm tackle, and ACIT has their first lead of the game, and once again, courtesy of special team miscues. This could be the 14th point, barring this PAT, that could be associated with the special teams of the Fighting Clan. Snap is good, the hold is good, the kick is up, and the kick is good. And just like that, the Fighting Clan find themselves behind by 7 here in this 3rd quarter in a game that they felt like they had a good handle on in the first half. But giving up those points going into the half, as well as another miscue here, it's starting to come back, and the Fighting Clan, once again, just working uphill and beating themselves more than I believe ACIT is beating them.
And again, it's points off of a blocked punt, off of a special teams miscue. And here's the thing, if we're able to recognize it up here in the booth, we were talking at halftime, like adjustments have to be made there because ACIT on the fly made adjustments after the first punt, and now 2 punts since that first one that was clean for Brush have been absolutely blown up
by the same player
in the blink of an eye.
It's the same player.
So some adjustments have to be made on the special teams if Vineland finds themselves in punting situations, which hopefully they don't moving forward, because we want to see them put points on the board.
Yeah, but it's inevitable. Unfortunately, it is inevitable that you're going to be put in situations where you have to punt, and that being such a weak point that is right now, not only is it like it's one thing if you're not able to punt the ball past 20 yards, you're losing 15 to 20 yards every time you go out there to punt, and you're giving the ball back.
And the momentum just continues to shift.
You're pulling the floor from right underneath your defense and your offense with miscues on special
It's
teams.
like one of those rides you see on the boardwalk or at Six Flags, the pirate ship that goes back and forth, everyone. I want you to visualize that. It's when the pirate ship goes up here and you feel your stomach churning because you're up in the air, but it just gets stuck there. That's where the momentum shifts every time the special teams blunders occur. This one will be returned. Turning upfield, and a good tackle there by ACIT at about the 25-yard line. That's where Vineland will set up shop, and a late flag flies in.
I mean, I don't know how you completely missed the bow and arrow there from ACIT. I mean, if you're going to throw a flag on anything, it should be on unsportsmanlike and for taunting. And it's going to be unsportsmanlike on the Fighting Clan. I mean,
those types of penalties will kill you.
I hate to sigh into the mic, but I just need you to understand the frustration that I can't even imagine on the sideline just from the booth how it is just constant shooting in the foot of the Fighting Clan.
And this happened last week.
I just can't wait to see how they look when they're not doing that to themselves, because they've yet to do it.
Well, here's the thing. They weren't doing it early in the game, and they had a lead.
They look great.
They were imposing their will, moving the ball well, and now they find themselves in a 20-13 hole with 7:21 to go here in this third quarter. Calderon takes the snap, hands it off to Davis, who barrels through. He's been a bright spot with the absence of George Figueroa III due to injury.
I mean, running backs have been the story of this game for Vineland. I mean, they've looked great. And I'll tell you what, if that tackle right there is missed, kudos to ACIT, because that's another 15, 20 yards. And as this game goes on, this defense isn't going to want to have to tackle Omar Davis every play.
No. He's a bruiser. We've seen that last year from him. We've seen it so far in this game when he's coming in relief. 2nd and 5 now for Vineland.
Vineland showing that familiar setup with 2 receivers to the left and a wing to the right side offset.
And Vineland catch a break there.
I believe ACIT might have set up in the neutral zone once again.
And it's an offsides penalty on ACIT that'll move Vineland to a first down.
Yeah, it's big for the offense. Look to see what they do on this first play.
Fresh set of downs now. Calderon hands it off to Davis. And not much there on the run by Omar Davis.
Yeah, that's another linebacker penetrating early in a play. I mean, he's going right in between the tight end or the tackle, and he's going right behind where they're taking off to block. I mean, somebody's got to get a hand on him or something and slow him down, because he's coming on the backside of the play and making that play, which we noted earlier in this game. It's happening consistently. And, you know, in past, it's something you're willing to give up, a backside linebacker. But in this situation, ACIT has proved that it's going to bite the Fighting Clan in the rear end.
2nd and 8. A miscue on the handoff. Davis recovers, has plenty of space, plenty of room, and barrels forward close to a first down. We'll see if they give it to him. I think he's got enough.
Yeah, great by Davis there and Calderon to somehow get on the same page and get that ball off, because that
could have been disastrous.
That had disaster written all over it and could have put Vineland in a really bad spot, because in my opinion, I think one more miscue, one more mistake, and the Fighting Clan may not be able to come back in this game. It's been a close contest all game, and it's been who takes advantage of the mistakes. ACIT has done it the most and has committed, you know, smaller amounts of mistakes, or ones that are less detrimental, and it's proved to be the deciding factor in a one-possession game.
Calderon lines up under center for the first time in this one. Hands it off to Davis, and ACIT is there to blow it up.
Yeah, that's pressure from the linebackers coming across the face of the center. That's a tough one, as Davis is down in a heap, and that's another ankle.
It's the 3rd running back for Vineland dealing with an injury in this game.
This is heartbreaking if you're a coach to see, you know, your younger guys, and I believe Davis is a senior. 6 foot, 200 pounds. I mean, he's been a star for this team defensively, and that's a tough hit on both sides of the ball.
It's just very weird that it's just been running backs.
Yeah. And it's,
I think Carlton Thomas came back into the game, but, he was the first one.
Yeah, he didn't get another touch. They kept him on defense, which was smart in my opinion. But
Figueroa, the third, obviously with the most detrimental injury there, seemed most serious.
And it's been on the tackles. It's been, at the bottom of the pile.
As Brian Windhorst once said, what is going on in Utah? And by Utah, I mean, what's going on at the bottom of those piles?
Yeah, it's something that it's not
As Davis gets up under his own power, which is a good sign.
Might need a couple plays off, hopefully, but I'd stick him to one side of the ball if I'm the Fighting Clan here.
And here's the tough part. Can you stick him to one side of the ball because
of the running back
you're
situation.
So short now running back depth-wise?
Because now Thomas is in the backfield, and he's a star player on this defense. But that's what we call high school football.
Whew. Calderon takes the snap, hands it off. Nice run upfield beyond the 50-yard line, stays on his feet. Carlton Thomas dances his way near the 30-yard line on his first carry of this second half.
Oh, I mean, that's beautiful blocking on the outside. You got to give kudos to whoever that was, whether tight end, tackle. That's a beautiful kick-out block. It completely opens up that lane to the sideline, and Thomas takes complete advantage of it and flies downfield. And you get him one-on-one on the outside, he's going to make a man miss and get extra yardage.
A huge pickup there. Ball spotted at the 32-yard line now for Vineland as Calderon takes the snap, hands it back off to Carlton. Big man Thomas.
Yeah, that's a big momentum play for the Fighting Clan. That just completely woke up this side of the field and this side of the stadium. Big splash plays, and Vineland, just like that, are knocking on the door of the red zone and even the end zone.
Pick up a 3 on that last run, and this is where Vineland really need to mentally be focused. They had an opportunity down at the other end when they were knocking on the door of the red zone. Penalties, bad snap, pushed them back, and they weren't able to capitalize. Let's see what Calderon has here as he hands it off again. And ACIT all over that, pickup of about 1 by Carlton Thomas on his third straight run.
That time, Zincraft had 2 guys to block off the edge. ACIT was bringing pressure to what they believed the ball was going. And it's a great play by the linebackers in that DN to blow that play up. But 3 back-to-back runs for Thomas, who, like we stated, is on the opposite side of the ball, too. Unless he has Travis Hunter-type cardio, this is a great, strong point to have, but also on the defensive end, how much of him do you get down the stretch in a game where cramps are prominent?
3rd and 6. Zelig Travis, the receiver, to the top of your screen, one-on-one. Calderon throwing in the middle of the field off the hands of the intended receiver. I believe that is Aiden Zincraft.
Yeah, that's a tough one to drop, too, because that's a brilliant start to that drive. But also, I mean, if you run that play again and ACIT shows you a single high safety between your 2 receivers on the outside, look for Travis on a 5-yard comeback. It's going to be there because they're giving a lot of cushion on the far side of the field.
3.5 minutes to go here in this third quarter. Vineland will go for it on 4th and 6.
And you have to. Unfortunately, you have to. 3:30 to go in this third quarter. They're going 2 receiver sets on either side.
Travis to the bottom of your screen.
It's only 1 high safety. You got to take advantage.
Calderon looking to pass. He's firing, looking end zone. And into the breadbasket and out of the hands.
He drops the ball. Oh, man.
Vineland sideline over here doesn't realize that they thought that was a touchdown.
Wow, what a ball by Calderon. I mean, that is brutal. What a pass. Just could not corral that one in. I mean, he beat the corner. The single high safety never made a play to the outside. He has to cover that middle of the field. And it's very smart by Calderon, a great play call. And Vineland, once again, just missing by a hair. And that could prove to be brutal down the stretch. Need a stop from your defense here.
That's one of those plays, the ball is in your hand. You have to corral them. Turnover on downs. ACIT sets up shop at the 29-yard line. Man in motion. Gittone hands it off. Another healthy run there.
And once again, ACIT showing that on first down they can move the football. But again, it's been second down that's caused their woes of this game.
Nasir Macon on the run. That is just an unfortunate turn of events there for Vineland.
And unfortunately, Vineland's in a scenario right now where it feels like anything that can go wrong will go wrong. Just going into last week and this week, and it's so deflating if you're the guys on the field right now.
Second and about 4, as we're under 3 minutes on the game clock here in this third quarter.
Vineland showing cushion on the near side of the field.
Gittone hands it off, and that's going to be a first down and more as Nasir Macon is making plays left and right for this ACIT offense.
And I'm going to be completely honest with you, Vineland's completely lucky that he didn't bounce that outside, because there was a wide receiver blocking well down the field, and he breaks it outside. There's a good chance he's completely gone.
Ball spotted at the 46-yard line.
Just like that, ACIT in Vineland territory. And nothing's more painful than when a team can run the ball at will and do what they want. That's what ACIT has shown they can do, and they have all the momentum now.
Timeout for Vineland here with 2 minutes to go here in this third quarter.
I mean, this has been a very deflating sequence of plays. I mean, it doesn't get rougher than this for Vineland. I mean, you had the opportunity on that pass, and it was there. To drop that pass, I mean, it's brutal, yes. And then to try and come back around and just try and get a stop and 2 big runs back to back. I mean, Vineland's in a rough spot, and they really have to dig deep here.
Yeah, because not only that, you still have a whole another quarter to play.
Yeah, I don't want to say like, hey, they score again, it's over, but I mean, what has Vineland kind of given you to give you the impression that they're going to come back from a 7-run deficit, let alone a 2-possession deficit? It's as uphill as it gets in the situation with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Vineland down 20-13 in a game that seemed to be all Vineland in the first half. The score just did not tell the tale of how the game felt early on. And if you're just tuning in now, you would believe that ACIT had a hold of this game from start to up to this point. And unfortunately for Vineland, that really has not been the case. But in the third quarter, ACIT imposing their will.
2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Gittone hands it off. And Vineland is there for the first time in a long time on first down to stand up.
Yeah,
Nasir Macon.
That's one of the first times that Vineland's gotten a stop like that on first down, and it's a pivotal point to do so. So far, ACIT has shown that they want to run the ball right up the gut, and they're going to keep challenging Vineland as this game goes on. They have to adjust to it. ACIT once again coming out with that 2-receiver set to the left and a wing to the right. Could possibly see that wing go in motion or pull across the field and run it right behind him.
And in motion. Gittone keeps it. He's firing deep. And it is intercepted. Interception for the Vineland defense. Second turnover of this ball game for Coach Smith and Coach Shelton's defense. And that is a huge swing of the moment. The pirate ship ride just went this way, everyone.
And that is a huge play for Vineland. I mean, getting a turnover in that situation, it's just massive, where it felt like ACIT was running the ball. I can't believe they didn't run the ball after those first couple plays, but they decided to go through the air. And like we said, we've seen Gittone go down the field, and he hasn't been too successful. This time unsuccessful, but in a big way. But now Vineland has a lot of field to go and not a crazy amount of time. They still have a quarter to go and a minute. Let's see how Vineland capitalizes on the turnover.
Got to be able to run the ball here. Get you some breathing room. And a flag flies in.
And I believe that's going to be on the offense for a full start, but I mean, how much further can you back up? It's half a distance to the goal. They're going to back them up about a half a yard.
Just do not Dan Orlovsky yourself.
Oh, I mean, I hope they're not looking to pass here. Big overload pressure on the right side of the defensive line. It's going to be a handoff. And just getting out of the end zone there does Vineland. It is Thomas once again out of the backfield. That's going to be about a gain of 1 and make it 2nd and 10.
Nice job getting out of the end zone there. That's priority number 1 when you're down this deep. And I don't think a lot of people recognize, unless you've played the game or have watched enough football, realize how difficult being in a situation like this is for an offense. It's completely different mindsets than any other spot on the field.
Yeah, it genuinely feels like your back is to the wall. As Calderon's going to take the snap, he's going to hand off to his right, but it's going to go to the left is Thomas. He's going to cut back to the middle of the field, and he's still carrying Redhawks with him as they push the pile. Wow, what a push from that offensive line. And the Fighting Clan slowly getting their heels off the wall. And now in a 3rd and short situation, a huge run there for the Fighting Clan to give them a manageable 3rd down.
And that's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter as the horn sounds. We head to the final frame. Vineland with a big momentum shift. We'll see if they can capitalize. They're trailing 20-13 here as we head to the 4th quarter. We'll take a mini break. We'll be right back for the start of the 4th quarter. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Friday Night Football on VPS. Welcome back, everybody. 4th quarter about to get underway. Here's your Fighting Clan trailing 20-13, but another huge run. That time, Barias Hill, the ball carrier for your Fighting Clan.
Yeah, Vineland riding the momentum of that turnover. They had a nice chunk of run there on that last play. Having the offensive line push a running back downfield, nothing gets you more excited and more hyped right now. And this offense looks motivated. They look sharp, and they look like they're going to try and get as far down this field. They got to score. You got to come away with points on this drive.
This is a must-score drive. 1st and 10 from the 26 here for Vineland. And whistles blow to nullify what that play was going to be.
It's going to be encroachment on the defense, and that's going to be big for Vineland, who are just slowly chipping away towards their goal line.
You have to be smart and methodical on this drive. You can't have any of these silly mistakes we've seen Vineland have throughout this game. You have to be disciplined on this drive. This is a huge drive for the Fighting Clan as Calderon lines up under center. He hands it off, and ACIT is all over it.
Yeah, and so far, Vineland hasn't been too successful out of the I formation. They've seen a lot more success in shotgun or in that pistol setup. Look for them to kind of get back into that. I mean, I formation forces, the linebackers to come downhill. You're expecting run. They haven't passed out of that formation yet. So I believe Von's going to start steering away from that I formation unless they're in a close and short situation. But it's going to be 2nd and 9 here for the Fighting Clan, who are trying to get back into this game, coming off the momentum of a turnover. We have 2 receivers set to the right side, a wing and a tight end to the left, single back pistol formation. Calderon's going to take the snap. He's going to hand it off to his left. Has a good opening there, does Thomas. He's going to cut between 2 linebackers, and that's another big run for the Fighting Clan, close to the sticks. And they are going to mark him just short. It's going to be about 3rd and 1.
There's a flag on the play. It's coming back.
And the flag will be on the Fighting Clan, a gut-wrenching penalty. And once again, the shooting of the foot continues for the Clan.
I'm surprised Vineland even has feet right now with how many of these ticky-tack, silly mental mistake penalties that have come across, especially here in this second half.
I mean, Vineland has shot off every single toe they have on their foot up to this point, and they are still going.
It's now 2nd and 14 from the 17.
In a 20-13 game, this is a tough spot. I mean, the clock's running down. It's still a lot of time, 10-10 to go and counting. As they get set up once again, they're going to go into that pistol set. 2 receivers to the far side of the field. Man goes in motion. Calderon's going to hand off to Thomas. He's going to run up the middle. He's going to get some yardage. He's going to put his head down and run through 2 Redhawks and get back every bit of yardage they lost on that penalty. But it is going to be a 3rd and long.
His helmet was going to get ripped off there.
A lot of Redhawks trying to converge on Thomas, but he's been running with aggressiveness, and it's proved to be a big help to this depleted backfield of the Fighting Clan. It's going to be about 3rd and 9 here to go. Vineland on their own 27-yard line. Similar formation here with that pistol setup. Thomas the up back. It's going to be a snap to Calderon. He's going to fake the handoff. He's going to roll to his left. He sees a man downfield. He's going to throw it downfield. Wide open, and it's caught! It's going to be caught at the 41-yard line. Calderon had a man completely wide open. Nowhere to be seen. It's going to be number 22 for the Fighting Clan. My goodness, he couldn't have been more open. A huge miscommunication there between the Redhawks. Second time today that a corner has passed off a receiver to the safety, and the safety hasn't covered. Vineland now going up tempo here. They're going to set up with this same formation. It's been successful all game. It's going to be a wing to the right of Calderon. He's going to take the snap. He's going to hand off. They're going to run towards that wing. It's going to be Thomas to the outside. He has a man to block. He's running towards the near sideline. He's going to fight for a couple more yards, and that will be just short of a 1st down. It's really close, but a great play. And the Fighting Clan slowly stepping towards that end zone.
I believe the receiver who made the catch on the prior play, there's 2 number 21s on our roster. I believe the man who made it, number 22, is Jordan Cole, the junior wide receiver for the Fighting Clan. Don't fact check us on that. We will try to get this all situated by next week with full-blown rosters and everything. But I believe it was Jordan Cole on the reception there, the junior receiver for the Fighting Clan, found himself wide open as we have 2nd and 1 from the 32 for Calderon and company. Takes the snap, hands it off. Moving the sticks are the Fighting Clan. A nice little gutsy run up the middle to pick up just enough for the 1st down.
Yeah, Vineland's starting to find that groove and that rhythm there on the interior. It's been great blocking. They're starting to get to that 2nd level, which is huge. And now ACIT on their heels and reeling as Vineland just chips away at the long field they had ahead of them before this drive started. The similar formation will be the go here. It's going to be Thomas once again in the backfield.
1st and 10 from the 28. Calderon takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He's got to be quick, and the pass is incomplete.
And it's better that he dropped that ball compared to catching it. It's only a difference of a yard or 2, but all it takes is a yard or 2 to make this game a tougher scenario for the Fighting Clan. And you know, it's almost better, like I said, that he dropped that pass.
And it stops the clock, so you save a timeout. Not that you were thinking about using timeouts here, but you get to kind of settle things. You don't have to rush and lose more time on the clock as Calderon meets with co-offensive coordinator Ray Fitton on the sideline. And Vineland with a big play pending here with 7:27 in regulation to go.
And it looks like it's going to be Ben Motter in the backfield as Calderon takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Motter. He's going to run right behind that wing on the right side. And Vineland has seen so much success with that duo on the right side running away from the wide receivers. And they're going to keep going back to that well. It's going to be 3rd and manageable.
And this is no slight to Elijah Calderon, but if I'm Coach Fitton, I'm Coach Shelton running the offense, keep running the rock.
Yeah.
You're finding holes. You're finding gaps here right now on this drive. You're gassing ACIT's defense and making them really hone in. Keep running the ball down their throats.
Yeah, Vineland here going with a different setup. It's going to be 2 receivers to the right side. It looked like it was going to be 1-to-1, but it's going to be a tight end and wing to that left side. A little bit of miscommunication. It's going to be a man in motion. Calderon's going to hand the ball off, and he's going to find an opening there for Thomas. He's going to cut it up, and he's going to get that ever-elusive first down that Vineland could not seem to find earlier on this second half, but now coming in bunches here on this drive alone.
Something of note, Zalik Travis hasn't been in on offense on this drive. He was obviously banged up a little bit earlier in this one. He's kind of working on his backpedaling right now, so it looks like it could be something with his calf, maybe a hamstring. Hopefully he's okay, but it would be huge if he can come back into this game and be as close to 100% as possible. But Calderon takes the snap here, fakes the handoff, rolls out. He's got space. He can do it himself, but he decides to throw it in the middle of the field, completes it, stays on his feet, does the receiver, and that is
going to be a first down there. It's going to be called on the opposite end of the field.
Number 27, who had a touchdown earlier in this game.
I mean, Calderon being able to be in that situation, moving to his right and still scanning the field. It's almost unbiblical to throw across your body as a quarterback. But once again, he comes up in a situation where it is what is needed, as Calderon once again is going to set up shop here. It's going to be 1st and goal to go. Man in motion. It's going to be a handoff here to Thomas. He's going to step up, run to his right, has a man on his back. The Vinemen are pushing him, and the Fighting Clan will score! It looked like Thomas was stopped short of the goal line, and the Fighting Clan momentum, power, vim, and vigor slowly pushing Thomas to the end zone. And just like that, it is a 1-point game. But hold on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen, because to tie this game, you would need your special teams to step up. But Vineland is looking to go the opposite way, and they are going to go for 2 and for the lead with 5:33 to go in the 4th.
This is the biggest play of the game right now.
It is going to be the same setup as we've seen so much tonight. Wing to the left, tight end set up, 2 receivers to the right. It's going to be Thomas to the left of Calderon. He's going to bring a man in motion. He's going to run to his left. It's QB keeper. He's going to cut upfield, and he is going to be stopped short. Oh, no. Vineland going to roll the dice here, going for 2 as the special teams woes were looming, and they do not get it. And just like that, it is going to be a 1-point game. The defense has to get a stop here, and even when the special teams aren't on the field, it seems that they just find a way to hold this team back, as it is 20-19, 5:33 to go.
That is a dagger. That hurts.
That was easily the biggest play of the night. But Vineland, unfortunately, coming up short. 5:33 to go here in this 4th quarter. Once again, Vineland down by 1. They need the biggest stop of the night here in this 4th quarter. Brosh kicking off here for the Fighting Clan. Both sides are ready. The band gears up, and Brosh kicks it off. It's a good kick. It's going to backpedal the receiver there to about the 20. He's going to break it to the outside. He has some room. He's going to stiff arm a man, and he's going to get pushed out of bounds. But there is a flag on the field. It is going to be on ACIT, so they're going to bring them 10 yards back from where the foul was called. And that is going to put ACIT deep in their own territory with their heels on their own red zone. Vineland trying to vie into some kind of stop here on defense.
You need a turnover. You need a turnover. You need a turnover. You need a turnover. Whether it be on downs, whether it be a 4th down stop, you know, forcing them to punt, whatever it may be. Vineland's defense, this is your most important drive of the game. You need to come up big.
1st and 10 here from the 18-yard line. The Redhawks setting up shop. They have 2 receivers set to the far side of the field, 1 on the near side with a wing. Man goes in motion. He's going to line up on that right side. Snap back. It's going to be handed off. And Vineland just trying to swarm tackle here as they're going to be fighting for yardage. And that is a chunk of yardage there on first down.
Nasir Macon continues to just churn away. He has been a massive foe for this Vineland defense.
It's been first down success that has brought ACIT up to this point with a 1-point lead under 5 minutes to go and counting. It'll be 2nd and 3 on the 25-yard line. Vineland trying to get a stop. Gittone sets up. He's going to crouch, take the snap, hand it off. It's going to be Nasir once again, and that is going to be a first down for the Redhawks as time continues to chip away on that clock.
Vineland's defense has no answer for number 2 in White. They have no answer. They haven't had it all game. He has just been one step ahead of this Vineland defense all night long.
Nasir Macon seems to be what is called a closer in baseball here for the Redhawks as they set up with that wing to the right side. Vineland look to bring a couple of men down. It's going to be a handoff, and that's going to be a big stop there on first down.
There you go, boys.
Vineland going against the first down statistics of the Redhawks and keeping Macon to a very short gain. It'll be 2nd and 8. Nasir Macon, a junior for this ACIT Redhawk team. And he's been the star of the night for them as this game continues. And you almost expect them to go right back to him here on 2nd down. 3:40 and counting. 2nd and 8 on the 32-yard line. Vineland with a little bit of pressure off the edges. Snap back to Gittone. He's going to hand it off to Macon, and he has a little bit of an opening, but he's going to be stuffed up, and that's a great play. But they're slowly pushing the pile, fighting for extra yards, and it's been those extra yards that's been killing Vineland at the end of plays. You have to play until that whistle sounds, and ACIT's been doing it all night. It's going to be 3rd and short here, 3rd and about 3.
3rd down 3.
This is
biggest play of the game.
This is a very big spot here for the Fighting Clan, who are trying to get the ball back and give themselves a chance to win this game. There's going to be a 2-receiver set, double wing set up here for ACIT. Man's going to go in motion to the right side. Snap back to Gittone. He's going to hand off to Macon, and he's going to get tripped up, but he's going to fight for extra yardage. And from the look of the spot, forward progress is going to give him a first down. Time slowly ticking away as this game continues. The Fighting Clan watching the hourglass slowly run out of sand in this 4th quarter.
Someone's got to make a play. You got to punch the ball out of his hands. You got to strip the ball, whatever it may be. Someone on this Vineland defense has to make a play, and it will be your biggest play of your season so far if you are able to make it.
Vineland holding on to 2 timeouts here. Ball's going to be on the 41-yard line, slowly ticking down to 2 minutes to go in this ball game. 1st and 10. Tom's going to take the snap. He's going to fake the handoff. He's going to run his outside. Had a man there to make a play. He's one-on-one to the outside. Another man tries to make a tackle. Another missed tackle. Gittano's still going. He's going to flip the field, and he is going to lose a ton of yardage. A huge tackle there for the Fighting Clan. Gittone tried to make something happen as that play just looked to be stuffed. Vineland somehow kept a little bit of containment.
That's called making a play, boys.
But Vineland's going to call their first of their last 2 timeouts. And now it is 2nd and what my partner KB likes to call Landis Avenue. 2nd and a country mile.
And while we still have a minute and 45 seconds left in this game, it feels like a minute and 45 minutes. Next week, Thursday night football once again. We're back here Thursday at Gittone Stadium. as Eastern comes to town, a familiar opponent with a lot of history in recent years against the Fighting Clan. 6 p.m. kickoff here at Gittone Stadium Thursday, September 11th, right here on Vineland Public Broadcasting.
1:45 to go here in this fourth quarter. ACIT holding on to the slimmest of leads, 20-19. It is going to be second and very long here for the Redhawks. We're now facing a big bit of adversity here in this fourth quarter after having a strong start to the drive.
Now, just because you made a play on the last play doesn't mean you don't go and make a play on this one, as it's second and Landis Avenue all the way down the Ave. Gittone hands it off, and Vineland makes a big-time stop.
Another timeout's going to come off the board, and now Vineland in a situation where it's going to be third and very long. They can get a stop here. The clock is going to run, but now their offense is going to have no timeouts and just about 3/4 of the field to go, as the clock's going to stop at 1:40 in a one-point affair. Vineland's defense has shown so much grit on this drive, on a drive that started and showed so much promise to dwindle this game down into the very end. But a couple big plays and miscues from ACIT. Now it is 3rd and 25 from the Redhawks' 26-yard line. Crowd here at Gittone slowly starting to feel a little bit of hope with 1:40 to go. Not a lot of time, but Vineland with a stop here would bring it just to about 1 minute or a little under as ACIT gets set up.
3rd and 25 from the 26. I stand corrected because this is now the biggest play of the game.
Gittone with a man to his left. He's going to try and man this offense. He's going to squat down, try and get the snap. He gets it. He's going to hand it off. It's going to be another run. Nasir Makin's going to fight for some yardage, but Vineland gets a big stop here, and it is 4th down. Vineland will get a chance to win this ball game. The clock will go all the way down, and then ACIT will call a timeout, and then they will punt this ball off.
You need to communicate here on this return.
Vineland cannot afford any mistakes here. ACIT is just waiting for the clock to dwindle down, and it's just underneath a minute, 58 and more to go. The countdown has yet to start from the stripes. And now ACIT will call a timeout. Vineland will have 48 seconds to return the ball and start an offensive drive that could possibly win them this football game and get them their first win of the season here on Friday night. A lot of time came off that clock, and I did not think it would go that far.
And I mean, this is also a testament to ACIT. We mentioned at the top of the broadcast, this is their second season as a varsity, playing football team. Last year, Vineland blanked them 18-0 down in Brigantine, kind of a neutral site field because it wasn't at ACIT. But, went down less than ideal field conditions, and Vineland pitched a shutout, 2 straight shutouts. That was the back half of that back-to-back shutout streak that Coach Smith and Coach Shelton had going. But this is a testament to the growth of this program in just 2 years. Last year you get shut out 18-0. Right now, you're holding on to a 1-point lead
with 48 seconds and
on the road.
Yeah, this would be a very what we call statement win if ACIT can find a way to pull this one out. They will set up in punt formation, which has been very solid for them all night. It looks like it's going to be a punt block formation for the defense here. ACIT is going to bring their gunners in. Everyone rears up. It's the snap. It's low. It's going to be a flag on the play. It's kicked down the field, and it is a good punt. It's going to be returnable here. Vineland has a chance. It's going to be off to the right side, and that's going to be almost a tackle. There's still arm tackling, but brought down. And this is where the Fighting Clan will start the drive of the season. There's a flag on the field that was thrown just when the play started, and it could be on ACIT.
That there with the return man, that initial contact, just go down. You know, you're not going to be able to move the ball that much more. Your momentum is stalled because you've been hit. Just go down there. Save some time on the clock.
So ACIT was called for a false start. Vineland will decline and get away from a re-kick. 35.1 to go here on Friday Night Football. Biggest drive of the season up to this point for a very young quarterback in Calderon, who has shown that he can sling the ball and create plays. But with such limited time, this will be a tall task for such a young man. It'll be two receivers set up on either side, one man in the backfield, that is Thomas. It'll be Ben Motter in motion. Snap back to Calderon. He's looking to his left. He's going to throw to his left. He's going to throw it downfield, and it is going to be just out of bounds. 29.2 to go, 2nd and 10. Calderon tried to fit one in there on the far sideline.
It's the best throwing motion we've seen from Calderon tonight, outside of the couple of touchdowns.
Calderon has looked sharp all night when he stays in the pocket. Even when he steps out, he's shown promise. But he knows that they have to get toward the sideline here, or if they get a play in the middle of the field, have to get on the ball and spike it. Similar formation to the last one goes Vineland. It'll be 4 down linemen for ACIT. Snap back to Calderon, and they are going to get called. I believe it is a false start on the Fighting Clan.
Brutal. And if they can get in range, just something I'm noticing, Brett Brosh right now practicing field goals. I would assume you'd have to get it to, at the very least, like the 28-yard line.
Vineland's field just got a whole lot further as they're going to get the ball close to the 30-yard line, their own 30, and it'll be 2nd and 15. Vineland setting up with that similar formation. 2 set receivers on the top. Ziley Travis all the way on the far end of the field. Ben Motter on the near side slot. Snap back to Calderon. He's going to look to his left. He's going to throw it downfield. He's going to throw to Travis. He's going to throw into double coverage, and he's going to throw an interception. The Redhawks pick off Calderon with 18 seconds to go, and that, ladies and gentlemen, will be your ball game.
It makes you really kind of question why not go for the tie. I understand the kicking game has been less than ideal, but when you score that touchdown, the way the offense has been moving, you haven't had that many opportunities, especially in the second half. And I'm really, really curious with the decision to go for 2 rather than play for the tie, because if it's tied right now, we're potentially gearing up for overtime.
ACIT had the big stop on the 2-point conversion. Vineland just inches away from taking the lead, fell short. And the ACIT Redhawks have come all the way to Vineland, New Jersey, here at Gittone Stadium, and in my opinion, strictly stole a game that the Fighting Clan could and should have won. Time dwindling down here, 20-19, as the ACIT sideline celebrates. And the horn sounds. The Vineland Fighting Clan start this 2025 campaign 0-2. 20-19 is your final score here. The Fighting Clan just inches away from their first win of the season, fell short on a 2-point conversion, and the very young ACIT team has one of their biggest staple wins
in
of
program
their school's history. Yes.
You know, and it's one of those things that there's a lot of decisions that were made in this game that kind of make you scratch your head a little bit. You know, a lot of special teams miscues for Vineland. Obviously, you had a drop touchdown in the corner earlier in the game that could have swung the momentum a ton in this one. The obvious decision to go for 2 rather than kick the extra point. And now Vineland last year started 2-0, and a complete flip-flop of where you were last year, pitching 2 shutouts to start your season versus now you're 0-2 and still trying to figure out your identity of this season. And a lot of it is you can't execute on special teams. Special teams absolutely won ACIT this game. They had a punt return for a touchdown, which Who knows if there was or wasn't any holding calls in that, return. They had, the block punts, and that led to points for ACIT. And then a miscue on defense in double coverage that a ball doesn't get knocked down or truly intercepted, and it led to 6 points on the board for ACIT as well. Just a lot of fundamental miscues here tonight for Vineland, and it's going to be a quick turnaround, short week. You're playing on Thursday night next week against Eastern, a very tough opponent. You have a lot of looking in the mirror to do after this game, because this was a winnable game that, as it went on, ACIT began to outplay you on the field.
And just like that, once again, the final score of tonight's game, 20-19. The Fighting Clans miscues on special teams completely taken advantage of by the ACIT Redhawks, who are just as ecstatic as anyone on that far sideline. Like we stated, it was the special teams woes that seemed to fight the Fighting Clan. And so far, the Fighting Clan are yet to play a clean football game, let alone a clean half of football.
Yeah, they have not played a full 60 minutes, let alone a full 30 minutes, like you mentioned, and it's only going to get more difficult. The opponents do not get easier on this schedule down the stretch for Vineland. There's a lot of self-reflection to do after this one, I think, and it's a lot of stuff that just comes down to a lot of on-the-field miscues for this football team in a lot of phases, but obviously special teams really crushed them tonight.
And what really is something to take away looking down the road, these are 2 home games.
Mm-hmm.
You're ending the season virtually strictly on the road.
One other home game.
Yeah, these are games you want to have to win, or games that you'll look back and say, if you're in a playoff picture, I wish we would have won those games at home, or I wish we would have fixed those miscues early on. And the Fighting Clan have an opportunity to shoot themselves in the foot in the future on top of what they've done so far up to this point in the season. But once again, final score 20-19 here at Gittone Stadium. The Fighting Clan fall inches away from their first victory of the season. Still winless, 0-2. They prepare for Eastern here at Gittone Stadium. Once again, my name is Marcelino Hale, my partner Kyle KB Bennett. KB, take it away and send us home.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, everyone. And big thank you to Doug Diola and our entire production team for making tonight's broadcast happen. Be sure to subscribe to the Vineland Public Schools YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any future broadcasts throughout the 2025-2026 school year. We'll be back here Thursday night, 6 p.m. against Eastern on the Vineland Public Schools YouTube channel, so be sure to tune in then. But until our next broadcast, we will see you then. Have a safe and wonderful weekend, everyone, and as always, go Vineland.